I was about 2 minutes into this video that God has been leading me to watch. It's titled Overnight Reset, and I'm going to insert a screenshot of the video. But as she was beginning to talk about this overnight reset, God dropped in my spirit, reminding me of earlier when he told me, you need to make your final decision what car you want. And I remember when I heard him say that, I'm like, I don't have no money. But the sensation that I felt when he said that is the same sensation that I've been feeling for the past year and a half. The same sensation that's been making me so afraid to sit in God's goodness. I get the sense that there's going to be a huge impact, a huge collision. It feels as though all of a sudden I'm going to collide with the blessing. All of a sudden I'm going to collide with what it is that God is doing in my life. And see, the thing is, I have an idea of what my life looks like on the other side. I have an idea of certain things I'm going to need, certain things that are going to be required. But at the same time, what I imagine and how I picture my new life being, it does not in any way compare to this sensation of collision that I keep feeling. I would be in the car driving, oh Jesus, and all of a sudden cars in front of me will just hit their brakes really fast, or out of nowhere the light turns yellow and the person in front of me just slams on their brakes. It's been multiple times here recently that I almost slammed into the back of somebody. And last Sunday, after I came from church, I was driving around praising, crying, and it would be times that I kind of lost focus, kind of took my eyes off the road. And I remember one time in particular, I just knew I was about to hit the back of this person's car. And I was just like, God, like, slow this car down. I was just like, God, please slow this car down. And then that night, as I was drifting out to sleep, you know how when you're on your way to sleep, you have like these little short dreams or these little short images, but you know that you aren't fully asleep. And so in these little pictures, in these little dreams, I would slam into the back of somebody's car. I had a rollover car wreck years ago, so I kind of struggle sometimes with anxiety on the road, driving on the freeway and things of that sort. So when I kept seeing these little flashes, I thought it was just like anxiety, or I thought like the enemy was trying to play tricks on my mind or something. But as I'm recording this video, I come to realize that God was impressing on my spirit the collision. The fact that all of a sudden I'm going to go colliding into the promise, colliding into the breakthrough. All of a sudden, you're going to go colliding into the promise. You're going to go colliding into your breakthrough. Collide can be defined as hit with force when moving, come together with a solid or direct impact. An instance of one moving object or person striking violently against another. You may have thought that you weren't moving. You may have thought that you weren't making any progress. Or you may have thought that the little things that you've been doing were small. God is saying, do not despise the small beginnings. God is saying, even when it didn't look like you were moving and moving quickly. And all of a sudden, you are going to go colliding into your promise. All of a sudden, you are going to go colliding into your breakthrough. All of a sudden, you're going to look up and it's going to be too late. All of a sudden, you're going to look up and you're not going to have time to brace for the impact. My God. That's why God said in the last video, make sure you're prepared. Go ahead and start preparing now. As I spoke that, it convicted me as well. Because I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't been preparing. Just like God said, go ahead and make that final decision. Go ahead and figure out what it is that you're desiring. Because in a moment, Things are going to start flying in a moment. Things are about to start happening so fast. So fast. It won't be any time to prepare. If you don't know how to manage money, you better start looking on YouTube. You better start picking out a financial coach, because in a minute, my good sis said an overnight reset. Ooh. It's not gradually that income is going to start growing. My God. Jesus. It's not gradually that you're going to start producing children. It's not gradually that you're going to start gaining clientele. You're going to go from overlooked to booked. You're going to walk to the dealership. You're going to be catching the bus to the dealership and driving back home in a brand new car. You're going to go from single, no suitors, to being married in under a month. For some people, in under a week. God is moving quickly. God is doing things quickly. Just like I said, my expectations, what I'm expecting based off the things that God has been telling me over the years, it scared me. I was afraid. I was running from that. God gave me a promise at 14. I've been running. My God. And over the years, that promise, that blessing, it just kept growing larger, God kept speaking more. To the point I was like, wait a minute, God, that is too much for me. Wait a minute, God, let me settle for less. Wait a minute, God, you gotta slow down. My God, Jesus. Ooh, Jesus. And I hear God saying right now, you're gonna go colliding with peace. You're gonna go colliding with joy. Ooh, Jesus. All day today, I've been around this house happy. I was depressed. It wasn't too long ago that I was walking around God saying, why am I still here? Why I don't have my own? Why am I still stuck? Why am I not moving? Jesus. Why I don't see any fruit being produced? Jesus. Why do I feel so inadequate? Why is everything around me looking so dead? But today, I had a different type of joy. I had a different type of peace. I said, why am I so happy? What kind of question is that? Why am I so happy? Jesus. God says, thinking not strange. God says, thinking not just a mere coincidence. Ooh, your spirit can sense what is about to take place. If you've been feeling panicky, if you've been feeling anxiety, if you've been feeling jumpy, if you've been feeling all of a sudden unprepared, if all of a sudden you started getting cold feet, thinking about stepping into that promise, thinking about stepping into that blessing, wondering if you're ready, wondering if you deserve it. If all of a sudden you went from being frustrated, you went from being stressed out to feeling peace, to feeling joy, to feeling happiness, know that it is not a simple coincidence. Your spirit can sense what is taking place. And I hear right now deja vu. Some of you have been experiencing some crazy deja vu. Some of you have been experiencing deja vu more so now than you have ever have in your life. Deja vu is not some type of weird phenomenon. Ephesians 1:4 says, even before he made the world, God loved us and chose us in Christ to be holy and without fault in his eyes. God has already spoken for everything that will happen from the beginning of time to the end. And when he spoke that thing, it happened. When he spoke that thing, it was manifested in the spirit before it was manifested in the natural. Your spirit knows. All of a sudden you feel happy for a reason. All of a sudden you feel joy for a reason. I've been having the desire to sleep. I've been having the desire to rest. I'm a person who is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm still up. I'm walking around cooking food and carrying on about my day like it's daylight. I've had trouble sleeping since a child, yet and still all of a sudden my soul is at rest. All of a sudden I'm finding myself laying down to sleep. Sweet sleep, peaceful sleep. Your spirit knows. Your body knows. You are going into preparation for that impact. You are going into preparation for that collision. That's why you are yearning for the promise so badly. That's why all of a sudden it feels like it's right at your fingertips. My sister, do not get discouraged. My brother, do not get discouraged. You are right here. Woo, Jesus. Oh, my God. Jesus. Oh, I don't know. It's like all of a sudden that thing hit me. All of a sudden I started panicking. All of a sudden I started feeling like I'm running out of time. I started feeling like the clock is winding down. Ooh, it's almost time to run. It's almost time to run. Get ready to run. Get ready to take off running. You think you're waiting now? You think you're tired of waiting now? Jesus. You sitting back wishing you had more to do? My God. In a minute, God is going to open up overflow. God is saying, take this time to rest. God is saying, cherish this now. In a minute, you're going to be wishing that all this time that you were stressed, all this time that you were complaining, all this time that you were saying, why God, why? All that time that you were saying, where is it? Why I can't see it? Why I don't feel it? Why you won't do it? You're going to find yourself wishing that you would have just relaxed. You're going to find yourself wishing that you would have just made peace. Because in a minute, it's going to be time to run. As I was beginning to watch that video, I just kept hearing explosions. I kept hearing booms, boom, boom. I kept hearing explosions. I kept hearing booms. On the 4th of July this year, of course, everybody was popping fireworks. I love fireworks. I had came back in the house for a minute. All of a sudden, God said to go back outside. He said to go and watch the show. My neighbors across the street, they had like 20-30 people out there, and they were all lined up in a circle. And right when I walked outside, one by one, they were lighting these fireworks in a circle. Huge fireworks, those expensive fireworks. And all of a sudden, all you heard was boom, 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 one after another, one after another. God is saying it's not just going to be one. Ooh, Jesus. Ooh. God is saying you're looking for just one thing. You're looking for him to do just one move. But what you don't even realize is it's 100 moves coming behind it. Just like an explosion, just like a bomb. All of a sudden you see a huge wave of power. Jesus. And what can escape it? Who can hide from it? You can't hide from this blessing. You can't hide this blessing. You can't keep this blessing to yourself. Everybody around you is going to see it. Everybody around you is going to feel the impact. All of a sudden, God is going to ignite you. Jesus. All of a sudden, God is going to put fire up under your feet. All of a sudden, you're going to go from walking to running. All of a sudden, you're going to go from crawling to running. I hear God saying right now, get up, Lazarus. Your time has come. Jesus. Woo. Open your eyes. Your time has come. Woo. Open your eyes. Your appointment is here.